Hello my dear friend, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, this is Juni's Plan With Me. For 2021, I've been making pop-up design for every month bullet journal cover page, and as you can see, for September, I decided to go with butterfly theme. I know maybe you've seen similar themes many times before, but this is my first time and I really hope I can bring some inspiration and joy to you. This pop-up is slightly more complicated compared to the ones I made before, but no worries, I'll explain step by step in the following video. To begin with, I want to quickly mention that I just uploaded a flip-through video of the first half-year 2021 bullet journal in my channel, link in the description if you haven't watched it yet. So this year, I mainly use watercolor as you can see, and the pigment I use is Paul Rubens 24 color sets. It's a Chinese brand and it first caught my eyes because of its pink box, but now it becomes my favorite. I'm so glad that today's video is kindly sponsored by Paul Rubens and I get this opportunity to introduce their great products to you. Paul Rubens launched their first classic solid watercolor pigment set in 2012 and then glitter metallic watercolor along with watercolor paper and brushes. I've been using their regular 24 color sets watercolor for over a year now, and I just received this beautiful 24 color metallic watercolor set and I'll be mainly using it for today's BUJO drawings. Inside of it, there's a piece of soft pink fabric, and the pigments are contained by this cute metal box. There's a ring holder on the back, so it's pretty convenient for traveling or if you need to bring it outside. Besides the box cap, it also comes with a second layer as extra space for blending colors. And here's the color palette paper which I'll use to swatch on in a second. Each pigment is individually packaged, which means it can be removed and replaced if needed. You can also arrange the color in the way you like. It's probably not clear under my camera, but you can find the print name on the side of the cover, and if you want, you can also leave that part of the sticker on for the future reference. Peeling and preparing all the pigment took me a while, but I have to say it's pretty satisfying. And the whole process is like opening blind boxes. Even though the label already tells you the color, each cube you open, it still surprises you with its beautiful, shiny, unique look. Now we have all of them ready, it's time to try it out. Paul Rubens' regular watercolor is really thick and creamy, easy to pick up the paint, while the glitter version needs a little bit more time and patience to active, which is totally normal, and the texture is also really smooth. Here is how it looks like under room light, and I promise you that it's even better under sunlight. Every color has a code, and the swatch labels it both in Chinese and English so you won't get confused. Different colors may have different amount of sparkling effect, but I really love every single color in this set. If you don't need this many colors, they also have a 12 color collections. I've been using this one for a while as you can see, and I'm actually pretty happy with the color choices too. And before we move on, I want to mention the regular 24 color sets again. The color can be mixed pretty well and there's no chunky or grainy feeling to them after they're dry. And all the colors are really bright and vibrant, easy to active with small amount of water. Here I also want to share with you their watercolor paper bed. You can choose the cover between pink and black, and there are 4 different sizes. The paper are hot pressed 300 GSM 100% cotton watercolor paper, and there's also a folding line to make it easier if you want to tear it off. Here I drew a sample with both regular and glitter watercolor. I couldn't find a word to describe how pretty it looks like under the sun, so here let me just show you. Price-wise, I think Paul Rubens is pretty affordable considering its high quality and it's pretty newbie friendly. Right now, they're holding a 20% off sale on Amazon for August, and on top of that, you can also get 5% off with my coupon code, which is valid until the end of September. I'll leave the links to the products in the description box, and if you're interested, please go take a look. And I believe Paul Rubens could be a really good helper on your watercolor journey. Okay, now let's get back to our BUJO setup. I switched to this new journal from Notebook Therapy for my second half-year bullet journal, and I also made this folding grid guide which I found really helpful. August, I did Chanel theme, and the cover page pop-up is a really simple rotating design. For September, I'm going to do a butterfly theme, and you may already notice that I even did butterfly nail to match the setup. And as always, let me introduce the new stickers I just made. Because my hand wrists are still not recovered yet, I tried to reduce my work amount, so there are only 3 sticker sheets as physical products, plus 1 mini calendars for digital download in my shop at juniesunstudio.com. And there are die-cut stickers with 9 designs. Each one is about 2.5 by 3 inches, printed on waterproof sticker paper. Feel free to check it out, and I really appreciate your support. Without further ado, let's work on today's pop-up cover page. Here I prepared a line work version to make the explanation more clearly. The first piece is this big rotate plate. Small circle is 1 cm radius, and the big one is 6 cm. Draw a curve around the edges. You can decide the size you like, and here I'm just using 15-degree angle to make it all even. The second one is a small circle with 1.5 cm radius. Then from top, bottom, left, and right, cutting 0.5 cm from each end. The next one, let's start with a circle of 0.55 cm radius. The long strap around it is 2 cm wide and 9 cm long. You can also make it into a rectangle if that's easier for you. The last part, I prepared 2 pieces. The strap is 1 cm wide and 12 cm long. On one end, I draw an oval about 2 cm by 2.5 cm. Then carve out a rectangle area like what I'm showing here, and the length is 0.6 cm. That's all the basic pieces we need to make, and if it's a little bit hard for you, I also prepared a pop-up template available in my online shop, including the 3 butterflies I picked for you. After cutting them out, it's time to set it up. Step 1 is to put the small circle's 2 wings through the hole of the big plate. You may need to fold a little bit to make it work, but try not to do a full fold because we want it to be as flat as possible. Then one hand hold the center circle. Try rotating it with another hand. Make sure it's not too loose or too tight. For the second part, depends on how thick the paper you're using, you may not need it. But here I just add an extra piece as support. The glue I'm using is Aline's Tacky Glue, and I'll leave the information and links to all the supplies I use in this video in the description box down below for you. The next is to glue on the base plate. Place it aligned with the center a little bit to the left, and here I use a dot glue tip just in case I need to adjust the position later. Only place glue on the left end and make sure to avoid the center area. Try again after you put it on and see if it works. Then it's time to attach the 2 arms, one at a time. Again, carefully fold a little bit to put it through, same as the second one. Actually, for this design, if you only want 1 flying butterfly, you can only use 1 arm instead of 2. After checking the mobility of both of them, let's glue it on the base or your notebook in this case. Make sure you have 1 page on top and work on the page under it. Here I place it a little bit lower on the page and make sure the right side is right against the red edge, just leave a little bit space. And then draw out a rectangle area which we're going to cut away. If you're also using A5 notebook, then you can follow my size, which is 12 by 2 dot space. In order to make it prettier, you can also cut a little bit around. Then glue the center circle on, and the setup is halfway down. Now let's find spots for the arms to go through. Depends on what effect you want, you may need to try a few locations. But since I've experimented many times, I can already find the one I want. And usually 1.5 cm opening should work. Here I choose butterflies from my stickers and glue them on at the end. One thing I almost forgot to mention is that make sure the spots you cut open are no higher than the lowest point the arm can reach and leave some space for gluing. To do that, you can lift the front page a little bit and rotate the base to find the furthest point of each arm and double check that they can both show up in the front page. And after that, you can glue the butterflies on however you want. And the final step is to glue the 2 pages together. I hope my explanation is clear enough. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And if you're going to recreate it and post on Instagram, don't forget to tag me at @JuniSunXiaomei, both on the post and in the description so I won't miss it. And I love to see your beautiful work. For the rest of this cover page, I decided to do a collage, which I'm not good at all, and you'll see me struggling a lot very soon. I try to collect all the materials I can find, and I'm really happy I actually found this page talking about European butterflies and moths. Too bad I'm not interested in reading it at this point. I even dig out this tracing paper from an old box, which I used to use a lot when I was in architecture school. And I also got some butterfly stamps, as well as the alphabet stamp set, some washi tape from washi tape shop, and of course my own stickers. I thought about maybe I can create some ASMR here, but when I edit this video, I see myself very lost and repeated so many times. So basically the footage is pretty long and boring, and I don't even know what I was doing. I always know collaging is not easy if you want to make it creative and well balanced. So anyway, as I'm working on that, I want to talk a little bit about some update of my life and this channel. Besides the hand wrist/finger pain I've been experiencing these days, I also have pretty serious back pain problem, which doesn't allow me to sit in front of the computer for too long. And plus some personal reasons, I decided to reduce the videos I posted each month. But no worries, I won't skip the bullet journal plan with me video. And sometimes I may also need to separate the monthly setup and weekly setup, for example this month. And another update is that, as some of you may know, I've been also setting out my husband's bullet journal every month, but recently he decided to switch to digital planner for work and personal reason. So start from this month, I won't make his bullet journal anymore. And if you're part of my Patreon community, there will be some adjustment, but I'm still working on it, so I'll update you guys very soon. Now the collage is almost done. I thought I just needed to add some final touch until I realized that I forgot the area under the butterfly. So to fill up, I used the washi tape designed by my friend Anna, another bullet journal YouTuber, Journal Away. The products are produced by the washi tape shop and also have 10% off coupon for you guys. On the left side of the cover page, I try to make it really simple, and the quote I'm going to step on is, "Don't be afraid, change is such a beautiful thing," said the butterfly. I picked this quote because I think I really need it right now. As I'm aging, I don't like changing anymore. Changing could bring good results, but also maybe bad ones, and I hate uncertainty. So I don't like trying new things anymore. But you'll never know if you don't give it a try. I explored my favorite ice cream, found my own BUJO style, fell in love with swimming, even though I'm still working on the changing breath part. Anyway, I appreciate the small joys change brought to me, and I hope I can face even bigger changes in the future and not being afraid of it anymore. Before moving on to the next page, I want to add in some shiny effects here, and of course I'm using my favorite color, this sparkling pink. Even though I'm not really happy about the collage I did on the cover page, overall it actually looks pretty fun, and this pop-up is probably one of my favorite, so I'm happy how it turned out. Moving on to the monthly view spread, I started with stamping on the September on the left up side. As for the layout, I still love the dash door design I've been using for the past few months, but we just talked about changing, so here I decided to place it in the center, and each day it's 5x4 space. Then I circle out 30 dots and write down the dates with white marker pen. And also don't forget to write down Monday to Sunday on the top. There are a lot of empty space around the calendar, and it's perfect for drawing in some butterflies. So here I start with the light pink and orange to paint the base. Considering the notebook paper is not like watercolor paper that can absorb water that well, I try to use one stroke to get the gradients instead of going back and forth to add in more water or pigment. Then after they get dry, I'm going to add detail and patterns in with a dark red brownish color. To be honest, I'm not an expertise on butterflies at all, but I summarized a few ways to drawing the patterns on their wing to make it easier for you. The first one is to draw out a narrow oval attached to the middle and then add a few lines in the radial direction. The second one is similar, but you can also draw a dot on each block if there's enough space. Then for smaller butterfly, you can just simplify it, only use lines to represent the pattern. Another type is to have darker waving shades edges. Also feel free to add a little tail on the end to make it more fun. The next is similar to the previous ones, but with wiggling line and random dots pattern. With those ideas in mind, you can also make a lot of combinations, plus different size, different color, shapes, and angle. There are unlimited possibilities you can try. I hope you enjoy creating your own cuties. So yeah, the monthly view spread is pretty simple for this month, but feel free to customize based on what you need, like adding a monthly goal, note, or gratitude if you want. And here we're moving on to the next page, habit tracker. Like always, I'm going to use the mini calendars I made, and the habits I'll track are exactly the same as last month. I thought about changing getting up before 9 to get up before 8. As a night owl person, it's really not easy, but I've been improving a lot, so maybe next month. After decorating the page with my stickers and washi tape set, let's move on to the next page. You probably already guessed out what I'm planning to do by looking at the pencil guide. Yes, I'm going to make a huge butterfly double Dutch door, if that's how it's called. I know it's cliche to use a butterfly pattern for mood tracker, but I've never done it before, so why not? And that's when my camera battery died and I didn't notice. But you got what I mean, right? Here is a final look. And I have to say, it is really not easy to draw it perfectly symmetrical. Anyway, behind these two wins, I decided to use it for burn dumps since I'll probably be on chill mode in September and this space should be enough. I did notice that I forgot to leave a spot for the mood tracker title and legend. Well, it's okay, I already have this set of Crayola Super Tips pen labeled, so it's not a big problem for me. As for the right side, I'm using it for my daily log to track how many hours I spend on work, relaxing, cooking, and workout. You can also adjust it to sleep log or productivity log, whatever matches your lifestyle. Or if you like to use digital calendar or phone app to track time, please ignore this part. The beauty of bullet journal is that it's very customizable, so if you don't need it, then don't make it because I make it or other people make it. Whatever helps you to organize your life better is the best. So like I said earlier, today I'm not going to set up the weekly spreads, but I'll bring the weekly setup video with another pop-up next week. Stay tuned for that. And before the final flip through, I want to add in some shiny elements again to match the overall style. As I'm doing that, I want to take some time to give a special thank you to my new Patreon members, Britta, Tegan, Shu, and Amanda. Thank you so much for your love, I really appreciate it. And all the friends who visited my online store, thank you too. Your support means a lot to me. And of course, if you're not able to join my Patreon or purchase my products, just watching my videos on YouTube also helps me a lot. And if you're still here, please leave a butterfly emoji in the comments and let me know. And here comes the final flip through. I hope you enjoyed watching and maybe found it helpful or inspiring. And thank again to Paul Rubens for sending me this beautiful glitter watercolor set and sponsoring today's video. If you like this video, please click thumb up. I'll help out to reach more people, and if you want to see more content from me, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye!